Welcome back, class. This time we are going to create another brush, but this time using the pen tool. We have just created a brush using just a simple brush and created our initials with that. Now we're going to play around and learn about the pen tool. Start off by making a file, a new file, at 500 pixels by 500 pixels, 72 resolution, 8-bit, white background, same as before. Remember, when making brushes, you always want a white background. Click OK. I have one open. Click on your pen tool. The pen tool, we have options at the top. You can hover your cursor over it to tell you what the options and what the buttons do. Shape layer, paths, fill pixels, pen tool, freeform pen tool, rectangle tool, and these are your other shapes that you have that we've learned already. With the pen tool, what it does, if we bring it over to our workspace, if we click once, it's going to leave what we call an anchor point. If we click again, it'll create a straight line. We call this a path. Okay, and what we're doing is playing around with vector shapes now. Okay, if we click again, you'll notice that it'll fill kind of this area. We haven't enclosed this shape yet. It's not done yet, but it'll fill the area that we have created so far with the foreground color that we have here. If we click again, it'll create just a straight line geometric shape. Notice if I hover over the starting point, anchor point, it'll put a little circle next to your pen cursor. That is a symbol for an enclosed path. Let's click on that where we started off, that first anchor point, and now we have an enclosed path and we have a shape that we can move around. There's our geometric shape. Alright, let's try that again. And notice our layers over here is a vector layer. Okay, it's a vector mask layer. It'll create that for you. Let's start another one. You can also make letters like this. I don't know what letter this is, but we'll pretend it's a letter. Looks like an A, but that's another way to make a pen, another shape with the pen tool. Very simple geometric shape. So what we would want to do is click on our type tool next and just give it a name. I have an interesting font here. Just leave it like that, I guess. Okay, geometric shape. Well, you know what? We'll call it pen brush. Okay, there we go. Well, why not? We'll turn that into a brush later. Also with the pen tool, we can make some curves. Let's click a new anchor point, and if we click over here on the side and hold the mouse button down, if we hold the mouse button down and drag, this is what we call a handle. Okay, the handle will allow us to make a curve. We can bend the handle if we hold down the Option key. Alright? And that'll give us a different kind of path if we click again. If we click and hold down the Command key, the Apple, we can move and adjust this path or this anchor point. Okay. Now with the pen tool again, we can continue that and make another curve. And let's start back here, and we can adjust and make a kind of a curvy shape. Alright? It takes practice. You're going to have to play around with it a while. Let's step backward. If you hold on if you click once and then hold on the Shift key, it'll constrain your handles to 45 or 90 degree angles. Alright, so get some practice and play around with holding down the mouse button after you click an anchor to create these curved paths. Once you do that, move it off to the side. And we'll label this one as well. We'll call this freeform curved brush. All right. Once you do that, save this into the save drive as brush option number 2. Good luck.